I think you all know what this video is going to be about. You no longer have to speculate about when Xbox and Bethesda are going to be putting on their combined show, as Microsoft officially announced the event today, and we have a lot to talk about. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall419, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everybody is having a great day. If you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. As I said in my last video, I felt this week was going to be the week that Microsoft would officially announce the Xbox and Bethesda joint press conference, and that is exactly what happened. You can see the image here, and it looks pretty damn good. It gives you a sense of what is going to be the main focus at the show. So you can see that the event's on June 13th, at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. BST for the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. But before we get into all the juicy information and I give my kind of thoughts about it all, just take a look at this picture, and what does this picture tell you about Xbox's E3 event? Clearly, Halo is front and center. You have Master Chief. You even have a meal from Halo Reach in the picture as well. Does that speak to Halo Infinite's multiplayer customization? So we know Halo Infinite's going to be front and center. And at the bottom, we have an alien planet, and that is going to be representative of Starfield. If you actually go back and watch the reveal trailer for Starfield, the planet is exactly the same. So we can count on at least two things: Halo Infinite being at the show in some way, probably with a campaign trailer and maybe some multiplayer footage, and then the official reveal, maybe for gameplay, of Starfield. And then on the left-hand side of the image, we have some numbers counting up: 2002 to 2003 to 2004, and I'm sitting here thinking, could that be about their E3 press conferences counting up to 2021 for this show? Or maybe that's the odometer counting up on the miles from 2002 to 2003, 4, signifying Forza Horizon 5. Obviously, we'll find out about this and more on June 13th. So with that picture analysis done, let's get to the news. Aaron Greenberg posted this on the Xbox Newswire, where he said that today, we are thrilled to announce the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will stream on Sunday, June 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The show will be focused on games from Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and many game creators from our partners around the world. You've told us how excited you are about welcoming Bethesda into the Xbox family, so we know you're going to want a front row seat to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. A 90-minute show packed with everything you want to know about the epic gaming lineup coming out of this partnership, the incredible games coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases on Xbox Game Pass, and more. We miss being able to see our fans and celebrate in person, so we will be hosting a digital Xbox Fan Fest this year. Sign up as an Xbox Fan Fest fan at xbox.com/fanfest to learn more. If you head on over to Twitter, the official Xbox account tweeted out this: games, world premieres, new titles on Xbox Game Pass, save the date for the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. Aaron Greenberg said, hope you all can join us for our first ever Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase on June 13th. We have a 90-minute show focused on games and celebrating the many dev teams all working from home for our fans around the world. And Bethesda tweeted out, in celebration of our partnership, we're proud to share the stage with Xbox during the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase on June 13th. We can't wait to present updates on the games you love, offer a few surprises, and welcome even more players into the Bethesda family. I'll be giving my more in-depth predictions sometime next week, but what can we learn from just the tweets and the information presented to us? First, we have the length of the show, 90 minutes, which seems to be on par with the press conferences when they actually were live. Those were around 90 minutes to about an hour 40 minutes. Last year's Xbox Game Showcase was about 56 minutes, so we're getting an extra 30 minutes on top of that. And this is an Xbox show and a Bethesda show combined. So is it going to be an hour of Xbox Game Studio stuff with some third parties like Battlefield Starfield, and perhaps Far Cry 6, some big Game Pass announcements, and then 30 minutes dedicated to Bethesda. And if you look at Bethesda's tweet, they said they can't wait to present updates on games you love, so maybe there's more information regarding Elder Scrolls Online or perhaps Fallout 76. Obviously, Starfield is going to be front and center. That could either close the show or open the show depending on how Microsoft and Bethesda want to present everything. But then you got to factor in Halo Infinite, and Halo Infinite's going to be under a microscope because of what happened with the demo last year. Craig became a meme, people were talking about the pop-in and all that stuff, so everyone's going to be really anticipating just how much better Halo Infinite looks. Will we get a demo? Will it just be a trailer? Will Microsoft finally show off multiplayer? And will we get a date? And what date it is going to be? Will it launch on November 15th, 2021, the 20th anniversary of the launch of the OG Xbox and the original Halo? Or could it come out earlier, like in September? And if Xbox decides to release Halo Infinite in September, it more than likely would be the first big marquee title of the holiday season, giving it some breathing room from the new Call of Duty and the new Battlefield and other big titles. And then as the anniversary, that big anniversary, the 20th anniversary of Xbox and Halo Combat Evolved approaches, Microsoft could do a little bit more marketing for Halo Infinite, and 343 could drop the first post-launch content on that day and just have a huge Halo celebration with everybody in the community playing Halo Infinite. Either release dates work for me. Now, I'm sure every Xbox fan is super excited about June 13th, the 90-minute showcase of Xbox and Bethesda, and they want to know what games are coming this holiday. Is it just Halo Infinite, or is Forza Horizon 5 going to be there as well? And what is going to come in 2022? Is it Starfield, or can we expect other games? I'm sure Microsoft will unveil all that stuff, and I know a bunch of you want to see Hellblade 2 gameplay, Avowed, Perfect Dark, Fable, Wolfenstein 3, all that stuff from Bethesda, and we'll go in depth next week during my preview where I will tell you guys what I think will be at the show and what games I think won't be at the show. Now, there's one thing that I found really interesting about today's announcements, and maybe it means something or maybe it doesn't. It's just my complete speculation. If you go back to last year, when Microsoft announced the Xbox Games Showcase, they made sure to say that the announcement was just games only, and there would be no business-related things at the show, which meant at the time, no pricing on the Xbox Series X, no announcement for the Xbox Series S, and no new acquisitions of studios. But when they announced this today, nobody said that. In fact, when you go back and look at the Xbox Wire article, they say it's a 90-minute show packed with everything you want to know about the epic gaming lineup coming out of this partnership, the incredible games coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases on Xbox Game Pass, and more. So maybe Microsoft will be announcing new studio acquisitions at the show, or maybe they won't be. It's just something that I saw that I wanted to talk about in this video. Could be something, could be nothing. We only have to wait a couple weeks to find out anyways. Now, over at Windows Central, my buddy Jez Corden has this to say about the event. He says, quote, "We have a bigger E3 2021 expectations and predictions article slated for next week, but we've talked previously about some of Microsoft rumored projects. We've heard Microsoft is working with IO Interactive on a medieval-style fantasy RPG, and we've heard the company is working with another AAA studio on another open-world action game dubbed Project Typhoon, which I think will be at this show. Beyond that, Microsoft and Bethesda will likely finally lift the veil on Starfield after years of speculation, and we expect it to be an Xbox and PC exclusive, heading straight into Xbox Game Pass. Speaking of which, given the success of Outriders MLB The Show launching day and date into Xbox Game Pass, I think it's fair to expect some pretty big announcements for the future of Xbox Game Pass as well. And this is where the rumored Ubisoft Plus or Uplay Plus coming to Game Pass could be announced, as well as a huge title like Battlefield 6 launching day one on Game Pass could also be announced. We know Microsoft has tons of upcoming games in development for Xbox from its studios. Compulsion Games project remains a bit of an unknown, while Undead Labs continues work on State of Decay 3. Ninja Theory is building Hellblade 2, and Playground Games is working on a comprehensive reboot of Fable. Halo Infinite will most likely also get some form of showcase during the event, alongside the next installment in the popular Forza Horizon franchise, which we expect is set in Mexico. Microsoft was criticized for the lack of gameplay footage it showed throughout 2020, and the gameplay it showed off for Halo Infinite was hit with mixed reception. We expect Microsoft will double down on gameplay footage for this event in response, although some of the games like Fable and Everwild, for example, may still be further out. Now, Jez is completely correct here. Microsoft was heavily criticized last year for showing off CGI for a lot of their announcements and not having gameplay for anything really outside of Halo Infinite. I think they've heard that feedback, I think they've internalized that, and I think this year we will see a lot more gameplay for a lot more titles, although I do expect some announcements to be in CGI form. So let me know in the comments below what you want to see from Xbox and Bethesda at this year's E3 showcase. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified immediately whenever I drop a new video like this. Please share this out on social media like Twitter or Facebook, or tell a friend about the channel. And if you want to take your support even further, you can always hit that join button where you will get access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast we do every single week with Jez Corden from Windows Central. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.